Hi guys, welcome to another dev blog. In this video I'm going to go over what I've made in the past month, as well as go into a bit more detail about the game, as well as my plans for the future of this project. So first up, what have I been up to since my last dev blog? Well, since completing the tutorial series, I've been left with a few gaps in features. I spent the past month filling in those gaps. First thing I did was make consumables, things like potions and food. That was pretty simple. The problem was, I had 100 slots in the inventory, and every time you picked up a potion or some food, it would take up a single slot in the inventory. And that leads me to the next gap in the system, inventory stacking. And this took me quite a while to figure out how to do. And it wasn't something I could just skip either. It's a crucial part of an inventory system. Literally every inventory I can think of has stacking for its small items. So I went to the Titanic Games Discord for some help, and after some back and forth with the guys over there, I finally got a stacking system that works perfectly. I also got help making containers from the Discord, which is awesome because I got it done in a day instead of a week. That leads me to the containers, I guess. They contain things? I don't know, there's not a lot to say about them really. They randomly generate loot based on rarity and a minimum and max value of how many items to spawn. And before I started this video I began working on a basic lockpick mechanic. It's not like Skyrim or anything. It'll just break a certain amount of lockpicks before letting you in. If you don't have enough lockpicks, you won't get in. Now, that's about it for what I've done in the past month. I know it might not seem like much, but some of these features do take up a lot of time to make. But that's not the end of the video. Remember that super secret folder that I didn't open in the last video? Well, I'm gonna open it. Yeah, it's actually just full of junk that I didn't want lying around on my desktop. The most interesting thing in here is a bunch of screenshots of Skyrim from when I was making that Riverwood replica in CryEngine. Okay, that's not fair. You were probably hoping for some information about my game. I don't want to get super detailed in this video about story or anything like that, mostly because I don't actually have a super detailed story right now. But in terms of gameplay, I'm making a game that will take place in a world where both magic and guns exist. How does that work, you might ask? Well, in terms of the setting, the world this game exists in has two civilizations in it. One is primitive, and one is slightly more advanced than the one we have on Earth right now. The two civilizations have never had any contact with one another. That's partly because the primitive side hasn't invented email yet, but mostly because there's a giant fucking wall that would make Trump's head spin spanning the entire equator of the moon the game takes place on. I hesitate to quote one of my favorite YouTubers due to the meme status this quote has achieved over the years, but it's like Skyrim with guns. But when I say that, I don't want people to think I'm making a generic Ubisoft climb towers, raid camps kind of game. Think of Skyrim, with all of its magic, but you're using that against people with guns. Or the other way around, depending on how you play. Over the past month, I've discovered this neat little site called Hack and Plan. It lets me plan out everything I need to do. Basically, it's a really good to-do list. I've planned out 4 phases for the development of this prototype. Right now I'm in phase 1, the gameplay coding. At the start of the video you saw it said that it was 50% complete. Well, I'm always adding stuff to do, so that's actually gone down since I've started making this video. While I'm in phase 1, I'll be doing monthly videos, with the occasional bonus video if I find a topic worth talking about. Mostly because a lot of work goes into coding to make something like AI or an inventory, so I might spend a week coding something but only talk about it for 30 seconds in a video. Phase 2 might have more regular videos, but might be a little lighter on commentary since I'll be making assets for the game. Not really worth doing commentary for a video if all I'm saying is, here's a house. Oh look, here's another house. And a rock. Phase 3 is where things start to get really exciting for the channel and the game. It's where I'll be making the open world for the prototype, as well as designing quests and stuff like that. This is where I should have plenty to talk about. Videos might go up every 1 to 2 weeks depending on how much gets done. I'm even considering doing live streams while I'm working if my Australian internet is up for that. Then I'll put the prototype through an alpha and beta test. Once it's polished and fun, I'll release it to the public for free. Then I'll begin phase 4. I'm gonna beg the internet for money so I can make my game properly. But that's still months away. I've estimated I'll be in phase 1 until mid-August, so not much will change on the channel until then. And I think that's about it for this month's dev blog. I've been going through some of my old footage recently and I've found some stuff for a bonus video, so that might be a thing I do. I've been going through some of my old footage recently and I've found some stuff that would be good for a bonus video, so that might be something I do before my next dev blog. Oh, and thanks to all the new subscribers I've been getting. In the time since my last video, my channel has been growing faster than it ever has before, which is fantastic. If I'm going to succeed in making this game, I'm going to need the support of my viewers. And on that note, I'll leave you with an abrupt ending.